Check, 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 check. Mm, check, check, check. All right, excellent, excellent. Welcome everybody to the King's Yearly Address 2024. All right. Want to welcome everybody. You know, I'm your host, he who the most high had the high priest of Israel, high priest Sakuma, to anoint my head, making me king of Israel. I am King Lucifer. I want to welcome everybody today. For those who may be watching for the very first time, I want to let you know that the leadership of Israel is an Israelite leadership from the tribe of Judah, the king's tribe. We don't accept tithes and offerings of money. We have no 501c3 church charter deal with the devil, nor do we monetize our videos. That's right. No PayPal, no Patreon, none of that. And y'all willing, we never will. The Most High is for free and not for sale. This truth is for free and not for sale. And y'all willing, neither are we. So I want to welcome all of Israel, both the Jews as well as the Gentiles, even the heathens, because nobody comes to the leadership of Israel unless the Most High sends them. So I want to welcome you all. You're also free to share this information. You can download it, put it on your pages, your Facebook, your YouTube, or whatever pages, groups that you are in. You're more than welcome to post them on those things as well, or re-upload them on your own pages. Now, no doubt, the Most High is spreading this truth far and wide throughout all the four corners of this flat earth. Even here in spiritual Babylon, spiritual Sodom and Gomorrah, spiritual Egypt, our open door prison, America. All right. But you want to be part of what the Most High is doing, O children of Israel, in this time of faith and works meet unto repentance, right? Before the proof stage fully comes in. And of course, once that happens, the value of, uh, of faith would have greatly decreased, O children of Israel. All right, so I want to welcome everybody. If you have any questions, please leave them in the questions comment section. If they're religious questions, praise be Yah. The high priest will get to it as the spirit moves him. But of course, time is running short, oh children of Israel. So if there's any questions that you may have or whatever or not, make sure to say them while you have the opportunity, oh children of Israel. And we'll get more into that later on, y'all willing, if there's time. Now, the name of this particular King's Yearly Address, subject matter generally of this year's King's Yearly Address 2024 is victory. Victory is our goal. O children of Israel, victory is our goal. And about this particular King's Yearly Address, O children of Israel, there is good possibility, y'all willing. that this could be, my last Facebook, YouTube King's yearly address. Very well be. Because I know that been doing yearly addresses, I do believe, ever since what, 2020, what, 2018. So many years. Oh, children of Israel. However, the things that the Most High has had the high priest of Israel, high priest Akuba, counsel me on and teach you, O children of Israel, many of which have already happened, and there are, you know, a few that are yet to come that are coming up, O children of Israel. And again, it's very possible that this would be my last King's yearly address on Facebook, on YouTube, type of scenario. As you know, we had pages that the Most High had the High Priest of Israel say that they were going to try to take down or whatever, whatnot, and then lo and behold, much later, they did. But in this regard, I'm referring to the fact, soon to be fact, that not only is a big shaking happening right here and right now, but that the Most High has had the High Priest put in the High Priest's mouth about the fate of America and how we're nearing the end of the 7 year Great America Eclipse, and America, you know, at some point soon, uh, you know, he said within a year's time would not be regarded as a superpower. Oh, children of Israel, you know, everything the Most High has had the High Priest of Israel, High Priest of Cuba, say, um, as huge as these things are and have been, the Most High has not had not one of them fall to the ground. O children of Israel, and neither will this. And we're already seeing embers of this thing coming out with wars and rumors of wars, which we'll get into, y'all willing, at a later time. But before we get into all that stuff, O children of Israel, let's get into that which is most pertinent, and that is the state of affairs within us, O children of Israel, within Israel, within the leadership. Now, you know, it is come to my attention, O children of Israel, that as we await the revealing of the Most High, that there are a few things that I and we need to work on, O children of Israel. See, you have to understand something. The Most High is coming nigh unto us for judgment, not just the children of Israel, me included. We're seeing judgment in this world. We're seeing judgment on these nations. We're seeing judgment on Edom here in, you know, spiritual Babylon, spiritual Sodom and Gomorrah, spiritual Egypt, America. No doubt. Now, these judgments haven't even fully manifested. I mean, they haven't seen nothing yet that will culminate in the destruction of not only America, but all these wicked nations are going to cease to to be so in front of the Most High, as the Most High has had the high priest of Israel, high priest Sakuma, teaching you, O children of Israel, teaching us all this time. And yet, as far as Israel is concerned, as far as the Most High is concerned, when it comes to us, that's not going to be our fate as a nation. But we won't go wholly unpunished. I mean, he's coming nigh unto us for judgment for a reason, O children of Israel, for a good reason. You know, the sins of our forefathers that led us into captivity in the first place. Our forefathers who knew that they were Israelites, who knew the language, knew the history, rich history, understood, you know, all the things that we don't know or we don't have readily available in terms of our culture, aside, of course, from the scriptures, which the scriptures gives us what we need to know, O children of Israel, because they took those things for granted. They took the scriptures for granted. They took the Most High for granted. They were faithless. Those who were in the wilderness, all right, before, O children of Israel. And we look to those things in terms of preparation for this second Exodus. And those things are important in the lead up to what is happening and what will happen. You see, O children of Israel, we haven't seen the Most High. I mean, we've read the scriptures. I mean, as a nation, right? You know, the Most High has sent the high priest, the holy man, the prophet, high priest Sakuma, and through that relationship with him is how we have been and are being prepared to deal with the Most High, who will sit on his holy mountain, who will appear suddenly, O children of Israel. And it's through that relationship with the high priest, to whom the Most High puts his word in his mouth, that we're being prepared and establishing that relationship with the Most High. You see, some people have that thought, that spirit of "Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet?" type of spirit. O children of Israel, maybe somebody watching, maybe you, who look around and see the things that are happening and have the spirit of just wanting to quickly get to the end of all these things. And though the end is coming, I caution you about that spirit, because it's a destructive spirit, O children of Israel. Because in reality, if the end were to happen right this second, where would you be spiritually? Where would you be? Have you turned away from your sins in this life? Some things are obvious. Are you sleeping with another man's wife, a woman who wasn't a virgin when she met you, a woman who wasn't betrothed, or a woman who was a virgin when she met you, and a woman who wasn't betrothed to anybody else, a woman who wasn't promised or promised somebody else to be with them forever? Are you sleeping with a woman or supposedly married to a woman of another nation who is not of your tribe? Anybody who is for Yuda, right here in America, who isn't a descendantry from the transatlantic slave trade that landed here in America, right? You live a life of lies, self delusion? Did you have any children that, you know, you aborted, right? Do you have, you know, is your heart guarded? Do you have imaginations of filth, wickedness, whether it be filth of what's going to happen to Edom, Esau, you know? Are you looking at things that are putting filth upon you? Even in waiting for the end, O children of Israel, understand something. A, it's not the end. The Most High is going to, even when He reveals Himself, there is the truck into the wilderness. So these things are in preparation for something even greater that's coming, O children of Israel. But the purpose of bringing these things to your attention is that you would recognize and see, O children of Israel, that those who are sitting here talking about, is it over yet? Is it time yet? Are the very same ones that aren't ready. If that flip, if and when that switch is turned on, if when it's going to be time for pencils down. The Most High is with us, and He is looking at the hearts of everyone, me included. And even with me, the Most High has had the High Priest of Israel counsel me and talk to me about my heart, my mind, and the things that one thinks about in preparation for these things. Understand and know something, O children of Israel. The Most High doesn't need anyone to imagine and to think about judgment for these heathens, to, you know, He's not taking suggestions on what would be fair and adequate of punishment. The Most High knows exactly what He's going to do and what He is doing to them and to all the wicked. And it is not proper for us to inquire of the fate of the wicked in terms of their ultimate judgment, in terms of wanting to bask in those things, O children of Israel, but of the fate of the righteous and what the Most High has for us, for you, O children of Israel, for those whom He has called and chosen and who obtain the victory. The victory over what? The victory over the sins in their life, let alone what's going on in this world. O children of Israel. You see, this was a school. And during this time of school, you know, we made mistakes. We're learning, trying to grow in this truth. And as a result, there is and have been undergoing a process of getting those things ironed out between the man or woman that was past and the one that the Most High has called and chosen for such a time as this, as the redemption of the children of Israel. But soon, very soon, O children of Israel, it's going to be graduation time. And the results of, you know, this period in terms of this schooling is going to be revealed. We're going to know who passed, who graduated. They're going to get the honors that come with graduation, right? And we're going to see those who don't. School will be over for them too, but they just don't. They won't have the honors, honor roll, that kind of stuff. Oh, children of Israel. Those who are sitting there saying, "Are we there yet?" Because they would not have passed the various things, the final exam, the test, whatever, whatnot, um, that were present for them to do with acceptable marks in this period of time, in the school time. And for those who are saying, "How's it like school? What are you talking about?" Well, the Most High sent the high priest of Israel to the children of Israel. You see, and he didn't send the high priest when Israel was knowing who they were, walking the narrow road. Like, narrow road, narrow what? Right? Sent them into this place of filth, Babylon, the wickedest place in the world, O children of Israel. And this is where he sent him, to look for people to whom he would choose. Not when we were at our best, O children of Israel, no doubt, but at our worst in this place. And that's where it began. He sent them, to all of Israel, but also to me, O children of Israel, to me, to Sister Miriam Yehuda, to Ambassador Zuala, and of course to the children of Israel. You see, if the Most High had just appeared without seeing the need or whatnot to send forth the high priest to which he would talk through his mouth, it would just be judgment. And where would you be if he had judged you at that time? Where would I be? I mean, it'd be hellfire, no doubt. Just everybody should know my testimony, right? Breaches, chasing out the skirts, you know, um, being with women who are other men's wives. I mean, just the breach between, first and foremost, between me and the high priest at that time. He wasn't high priest at that time, but being my brother. O children of Israel, at the time unhealed. So that's reality, O children of Israel. So the process began in dealing with the high priest, with Most High putting his word in his mouth, that we would be dealing with the Most High through the high priest because he's putting his word in his mouth. He's with the high priest. If the Most High came himself, it'd be judgment time, and no one would be ready for that. And the consequences of not being ready when the Most High sits on his holy mountain is is hellfire. It's huge. O children of Israel, huger than you can imagine or want to imagine. So this time that we've had with the high priest has been the school. High priest working with each and every one of you, each and every one of us, talking with us. Now, there may be those who are watching who's like, I didn't work with the high priest personally or whatever, whatnot. I mean, that's what the ministry is for. O children of Israel, the whole sit down with the whole high priest teachings, right? The ministry in whole and everything that this ministry has produced, O children of Israel, has had the high priest's fingers on it, everything. At the word the most high put in the high priest's mouth on it. All of it. And it's sanctified. As it was written, as the most high is at the high priest of Israel, teaching you from the scriptures. This ministry and none other. Most High say he sanctified one ministry, and that's this ministry, the ministry to which he sent and made around the high priest of Israel, high priest Sakuma, the priest, the high priest, the prophet, the holy man, whose prophecies are well documented, has already come to pass, from earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, right, from diseases like COVID, even to the death of white supremacy, which had been going on for a very, very, very long time before he came around to say that it was dead this day, that day. Many different things people didn't believe, but couldn't deny the fact that they came to pass. Even he said most prophets, they only had one or two prophecies that came to pass, and the Most High was having prophecy after prophecy after prophecy rain down, put it in the mouth of the high priest that came to pass, that none of which fell to the floor. I mean, predicting COVID-19, the worldwide pandemic, years in advance, but even to the point where we were waiting for it, I was waiting for it because of the counsel of the high priest, the year that it came upon. Up until the last second, we was sitting there because of what the Most High put in the mouth of the high priest, telling the children of Israel this was going to happen, and it did, and that it would be worldwide, not even that it would be contained in China, and that the world would go into the China model, which they did. It all came to pass. O children of Israel, he predicted the vax before the pandemic even began, and that these things would lead into the 7 year great tribulation. That you're not going to get rid of this COVID or things like this, which is true. Variant after variant after variant. They're even talking about returning mask mandates in certain different various places. Certain places are still in lockdown. I mean, the world's still at rest, oh children of Israel, no doubt. You think about international travel without a vax card, without a vaccine, being vaccinated, whatever, whatnot. I mean, this whole system is is being flipped over to the vaccinated. So again, the high priest, the holy man, the prophet, high priest Akuma, his prophecies have been well documented. And for those who hearkened and obeyed to him, I mean, the most high word he put in his mouth, they're still breathing now. Those who didn't go into those hospitals, right? When the high priest was telling us not to go in those hospitals, lest they kill you in those hospitals. because they wasn't there for healthcare. That flip had already that ship had already sailed, if it ever was there to begin with. And we got reports of those who didn't listen. Got phone calls, women crying that their parents went to the hospital and that they were killed, both of them, as an example. Israel, the very minds, the very people, the very souls that the Most High sent the high priest to deal with, to work with, to try to open their eyes. But again, such is the price of rebelliousness. If these things didn't happen, if they were able to go into those hospitals when the high priest was saying and telling them not to, and have a wonderful time and have a great time and come out perfectly fine, I mean, then they would have been sitting there screaming, "It's not true, it's a lie." So the Most High has brought death and all these other passageways, other than what the Most High has had the high priest of Israel to show and illuminate the narrow road, what the Most High has had the high priest of Israel to say by putting his word in his mouth. That is what it is, O children of Israel. And that death will be and is being extended. Families that are being torn apart, ripped apart because of the vaccination status. That's happening. Way before that, though, of course, the Most High had the high priest of Israel counseling me, counseling you, O children of Israel, that the separation was going to take place. And, make no mistake, that vaccination began that process. Those who are vaccinated, they're no longer Israel. They can't take that vaccination, be vaccinated, and then they're going to somehow come back to this narrow road. It doesn't work that way. That vaccination being the ultimate rebellious act to which even now the Most High not tolerating. O children of Israel. So those who heard and hearkened to the high priest and avoided those things, they still got their soul intact. And it is, among so many other things, greatly beneficial to you, O children of Israel. So it is what it is. This is the state of affairs. This school has been about the relationship between those who Most High was looking at, called, chose, and the high priest. That those people would amend their ways. That those people would be ready. That they would be his people, and he would be their Yah. So make no mistake, the high priest is the spigot for this thing. Ain't nobody getting to the Father. Ain't nobody getting to graduating, right, with honors, who don't have a relationship with the high priest in spirit and in truth, because that's how the Most High has set this thing up. And again, there may be someone who's like, "Oh, I don't have a relationship with the high priest." Again, this ministry is that relationship, not just hearing the words that come out of the mouth of the high priest, but doing them, putting them into practice, living in spirit and in truth, in faith and works meets into repentance, following out the Most High's law, statutes, and commandments, right, in your life, hearkening unto the word the Most High puts in the high priest's mouth. These are things that speak of a relationship. O children of Israel, and they are what's needed in order to make it through, in order to make it through to the Most High sitting on his holy mountain, in order to make it through the wilderness, in order to make it to the land of milk and honey. O children of Israel. Though, of course, the Most High is going to remove the high priest of Israel, but what you have is sufficient, as the Most High has had him say, for you, for us, so that when that happens, y'all willing, we'd be ready. We would be ready even now, O children of Israel, because we have all these things and this experience with the high priest of Israel. But again, it's a relationship. You can't get to the Father and think that you're going to be able to toss his high priest, whom he is talking and putting his word through his mouth, aside and think that you're going to be welcomed in with open arms. It doesn't work that way. Most High sanctified this ministry, and this ministry has a hedge upon those. There's a hedge on this ministry, and there's a hedge on those who participate in this ministry and who believe in the ministry that the Most High has provided for them. Most High, the High Priest of Israel, showing you in the scriptures, Second Ezra and other various places where those things are laid out. O children of Israel, and for those who are the remnant, for those who are to be redeemed, they have those things in that relationship that makes that possible. Because remember, O children of Israel, where you were before the Most High sent the high priest. Remember your testimony. It's important that you not think of yourself greater, more important than you are. The Most High doesn't need you. He doesn't need me. He doesn't need us. We need him. We need him. And the Most High put many of things in the mouth of the high priest to tell me, to tell you, to tell us, O children of Israel. But never forget, the Most High isn't bound to you know what He has thought to give. He's not bound to that, as is written, as the Most High had the high priest teaching you. You can tell the high priest something that he wants of you, that he's interested in giving you, that he's interested in and providing for you, and that sets a soul to which gets that privy information, decides to cast it off and just get wicked, right? And think that somehow they can do whatever they want to do because, hey, they've been told a certain thing. And so they don't have to guard their heart. They don't have to guard their mind. They don't have to guard, you know, their soul against wickedness. The Most High can change his mind. He can change his mind. He's not as a man that would repent. And then those things that he said that he had the high priest tell you, he can revoke those things. You can lose that hedge as Most High has given you, promised you. I just, on a personal note, I mean, it's not something I would ever want to see, and you shouldn't want to see it either. Those who are in the leadership, those who are in the ministry, those who believe and follow after the high priest and in the ministry. It's a privilege to walk with the high priest, you know, to be a part of, you know, what the Most High is doing through the high priest. I mean, these prophecies, right, that the Most High has had the high priest say that's come true. Everybody in the leadership, everybody in the ministry, everybody in following after the high priest benefits from that. It's like, yeah, I mean, benefits from that. People come around like, how did he know? It's like, how did we know? I mean, it's a real thing. And that's just, I mean, that's not even talking about the spiritual benefits. I mean, the fact that the Most High is looking at the leadership, looking at this ministry, has sanctified the leadership, sanctified this ministry. That means he's looking at everyone who believes in these things and is with this ministry. He's sanctifying everything. And if you have just any curiosity as to what it would be without that, just look at who you were before the high priest showed up. Would that person have gotten it? Would that person be redeemed? Or do you have any discernment left to know? Would that person have avoided the vax? Would that person had made any changes to their life in terms of this narrow road? Would that person have been able to walk the narrow road without coming across the high priest, without coming across the ministry, without coming across the teachings, without coming across the word that the Most High put in the high priest's mouth? And just personally, that answer's no, a big fat no of a certainty for me. And it doesn't matter necessarily what the Most High has had the high priest of Israel to tell you, O children of Israel. For those who've gotten personal messages from the Most High through the mouth of the high priest, doesn't matter. That is the truth, period. But we still have to walk this thing out. And don't think to yourself, well, some of the messages were good and some of the messages were bad. They're all good, O children of Israel, O hopeful elect, O remnant, O leadership. It's all good because a wise man's rebuke is better than a fool's praise. You rebuke a wise person and they get wiser, but a fool hates reproof. Paraphrasingly so, as the Most High has had the high priest of Israel teach you, O children of Israel. I mean, just personally, you don't think the Most High has had the high priest of Israel, in this walk with the high priest all this time? You don't think I ever been rebuked? I've ever been chastised by the high priest, by the Most High putting His word in His mouth? So it's really the Most High. Yeah, a lot. Praise be to Yah. Don't always feel good, but it's necessary that, and it's beneficial that these things be exposed um, to us. You know that we might make that we might amend those ways, those wicked ways of that old man that we put down so many years ago, or woman. because when that flip happens, those who find themselves when they finally get there not ready, it's going to be done, and there will be no going back to a time where you were dealing with the high priest, you know, the she with the great horn, who had a way about himself, a way of getting to the core of your sins, of sin. He has a nose for it, so to speak. Both those declared, both and those undeclared. Both those in hand that you're physically doing, and also in heart and mind. But you should know what's in your heart. And it's also revealed in, that relationship. For those who can talk to the high priest, right, who has him on speed dial, you know, if you're finding it hard to make that call, if you're finding it hard to keep that communication going, you know, for those who have that, undoubtedly sin is the reason, because sin separates you from the Most High, and likewise, it can make it difficult to have and hold a conversation and be in the presence of His high priest. But you know, I would caution that you fight against those urges, because you know we need the high priest. You know, to expose those things, to guide us to the light, and to stay in the light, and to stay in the narrow road until the Most High cometh. That the Most High be revealed, that we be in, and that He finds us on that narrow road. Because on the right side there's that deep water, on the left side there's that fire, and you don't want to find yourself in either one of them. This thing to the kingdom, this thing to the Most High's inheritance, this thing to the Most High's promise is is man to man. It's a narrow road. It's one, then the next, and the next, and the next. And best believe that first one is the high priest of Israel, and I'm following behind him closely, closely. And that's the leadership, O children of Israel. So you need to make sure, just to the leadership, I mean, to everyone, but especially to the leadership, you need to make sure that you continually keep that relationship as high, the highest priority, the highest priority. Because again, if you want to know what would happen if, not that I want to know, I wouldn't want to know. But if you imagine, or you're curious to know what would happen if that wasn't the case, just imagine who you were before you met the high priest of Israel. Now in the knowledge of what the judgment for such people would be. And y'all wouldn't, like me, you wouldn't want to know. You wouldn't want to see. And y'all willing, you won't have to. Just make sure you do your due diligence on that relationship. And you have everything that you need, O children of Israel. Those of you who may not have the high priest number on speed dial, though I do believe he has his number. on I think the Facebook, you know. No, I'm not inviting the trolls or nothing. Pray be to y'all. But nonetheless, though, but for those who aren't accustomed to such things, right? You have the ministry and the leadership. You have the ministry too. You have everything the Most High has had the high priest of Israel produce, had us produce, right? Even the movies, the music, these videos the Most High has had the high priest of Israel put forth and put out there, so that the children of Israel might have the blessings of this ministry in a form in which that those who are inclined to those things might also benefit from as well. They may not be inclined to, you know, um, a 5 hour Sheep of the Great Horn series type of deal, which the Most High had the high priest do. All right. They, who knows? They might not be inclined to a 5 hour King of the Flies movie. Was it 5 hours? 3 hours plus? I forget. It wasn't 5 hours. 3 hours, something. Right? Some people are. Some people are inclined to watch the movies. I mean, that's blessed too, right? Or these may be just something that somebody who may not be affiliated or well versed in this ministry might have just came across and seen a music video and thought, "Wow, I mean, that's what's up. That's the real state of affairs." And through that, seeing the ministry, went to the ministry. Through that, went to all these other various things that the Most High's had the High Priest of Israel, High Priest of Kuma, working with and dealing with. This stuff's blessed. I mean, praise be to Yah. That's not even a matter of opinion. It's sanctified, no doubt, and that is scriptural. When Most High, the High Priest of Israel, teaching that this ministry through the scriptures was sanctified. So that means everything the ministry does is sanctified. So you have those things, oh children of Israel, leadership included. I mean, not to sound silly, but you know, I've been listening to these next couple of tracks. They haven't even been released yet. I think one's called the name of this "Victory Is Our Goal." Um, you know, I forget what the other one's called, but I mean, and they've been things to listen to, even myself, in preparation for what's coming. Track songs like "The King Has Arrived." I mean, spiritual food. I mean, just the spirit and truth. You know, I mean, I don't know if I'm supposed to say this, but I mean, it touched me. I cried like a baby, but I'm not gonna cry here. But but spiritual food. Songs like "Pray for Me," same thing. So, oh children of Israel, the purpose of telling you this stuff is to let you know that if you don't make it, it's not because the high priest didn't try hard enough. It's not because the Most High didn't help you. It's just because of you. You would be the principal reason, and you would be the one fully responsible for not making good on your end of the bargain. Most High don't have to do this stuff. He didn't have to. He chose to make sure that those who were to make it in would have everything that they needed to do so. Right? He gave you this ministry. There are thousands of videos on this ministry in terms of just raw teachings from High Priest Sakuma, and the Most High having me do some teachings, and when I was the priest of the Most High, right? Most Highs have the High Priest of Israel, even bringing out the archives to show those times, right? Most High provided the archives because these devils, I mean, they thought they were doing something by shutting down our channels, some of these other channels, because they were afraid of the message that was coming out. But of course, they were too late. The Most High blinded their eyes, you know, so that this stuff would come out for years. And even now, the Most High provided to where is, we got access to the archives, some of the archives of these things, and put them out on, I think they believe the Lampshades Ministries page on Facebook, and also, of course, on the High Priest Sakuma's YouTube channel. I think it's called the High Priest Sakuma. Pray be he'll, I mean, make the link available for those of you who don't already have it in your Facebook, on the Facebook page, right? On the Facebook Live. But these are things you should have that stuff on speed dial, let alone his number. I mean, you're watching this, so you have the internet. You should have the high priest's the high priest's YouTube channel on your favorites. I mean, that shouldn't even close. When you click into your internet, that should be right there. You should have the Facebook Lampshades Ministries Facebook page open, right? And go over those teachings, you know, flipping from the teachings and then going over those movies, flipping from the movies, going over to just listening to to the music videos and whatever. And I put that stuff on repeat, put that stuff on loop. Excuse my ancient Hebrew, but loop that shit. You need it. You need it to get that stuff in your spirit. To beat that old man down, right? Beat that world influence, this Babylonian influence, of course, with prayer to defeat, to have victory over the sins in this life. That the point of all this be constantly before your eyes, in your ears, that you would be able to overcome. O children of Israel, there's nothing else out there. There's no camp that can give you anything other than just poison to drink. There's no songs of the world that can give you anything other than just poison to listen to. There's no movies of the world that can give you anything other than just poison to put before your eyes. Right? Right? And you don't want to try to mix these things. You don't want to try to provoke the most high and try to mix strong drink. Don't take this hedge for granted and think that you can go ahead and listen to everything else out there, drench yourself in just the wickedness and the filth of this world. Oh, the time's going short. Let me go ahead and drench myself, my mind, my heart in the filth of this world, and think that the Most High is going to show up and just and clean you off and usher you into all the promises that the Most High has had the high priest tell you. It doesn't work that way. He'll pick you up and he'll toss you into the pit, to a deeper level of hell than even this was. Don't test the Most High, O children of Israel, O leadership. Don't test him. Don't think that because you've been given the leadership, the people who, are part of this ministry, the people who supposed to believe in this ministry, who benefit from this ministry, because it is a benefit, no doubt, to have the high priest of Israel, to have his prophecies, to have these things that the Most High has had the high priest of Israel to give you, to be able to bask in these things is a blessing. For those who don't have this stuff, you know, it ain't good for them. Those people who are in those camps or whatever, whatnot, where their camp leaders was telling them it was okay to take the vax, where those camp leaders was telling their people that it was okay to take the RFID chip. Heck, when those people were being told and that the rape doctrine was that was okay. That they could rape people to make them their wives and believe that. They may say that's not necessarily as equal to taking the vax. You may say that's not necessarily as equal to those other examples. But make no mistake, you break the least of the laws, you broke them all. And of course, when it comes to breaches or whatever, whatnot, it's just as bad. If you're laying down with another man's wife, and that man just so happens to be one that the Most High has called and chosen, whom the Most High's face shines upon, and whom the Most High's countenance becomes upon, vis-a-vis, he's one of the anointed. You're done. I mean, you're done anyway, right? You see, the Most High gave the children of Israel, and also he told the high priest of Israel, and high priest taught about this thing. Oh, children of Israel. But there was one time where he was talking to the children of Israel, paraphrasingly so, through one of the prophets, of the past, and he was talking to the children of Israel and he's letting them know, if and I'm paraphrasing this, but if a wicked man basically turned, during the time of his visitation, and he heard the high priest, the prophet, or whatever, whatnot, and he turned from his wickedness. I mean, this was a wicked man that was told that he was going to die. Most I had the high priest tell him, "Yeah, you're going to die." I mean, basically, the scriptures, the truth that this wicked man was going to die, but that the wicked man heard these things that were spoken. He heard the intention of the Most High during the time of his visitation, or whatever, whatnot, in preparation for it, or whatever, whatnot. Again, paraphrasingly so, but turned from his wickedness, turned from his evil ways, amended his ways, gave back what was stolen, followed the Most High's law, statutes, and commandments. Basically, before that flip, right? Or in the time acceptable. Most High said, seek him where he may be found. Paraphrasing me so. So during that period of time, that's what that wicked man that was bound for death, for hell, for all the stuff that he had done that would cause him to be called that wicked man. But that if he did those things, Most High said, surely he would live. And then the Most High had the high priest. Well, the high priest said these things. But at that time, the prophet he was speaking to at that time, tell the children of Israel that you know, but if a righteous man in the time of the visitation, basically paraphrasing it so, but trusted in his righteousness and didn't hearken, right, to the word of the Lord, vis-a-vis the prophet, the high priest, the holy man, the one whom the Most High was speaking through, paraphrasing so, but right, and yet this so-called righteous man decided to depend on his own righteousness, think that he could not hearken to the word of the Lord, that he could douge in filth, that he could douge in wickedness. Because, of course, not listening to the word of the Lord itself is sin. Itself. Turning away from the word of the Lord is sin. It's rebelliousness. It's rebellion, and rebellion is sin. No doubt. So anyway, this so-called righteous person, if he began to turn away and fall away and do these other things or whatever, whatnot, depending on his righteousness, right? And then the flip happened, basically paraphrasing so, and he died in his sins, his former righteousness wouldn't be remembered. Now, with the wicked man, his former wickedness, if the flip happened, basically he died or most high sin the holy mountain, whatever, whatnot, that his former wickedness wouldn't be remembered. No one speak about that, right? That'd be done. That'd be a wrap. He'd be the new creature that the Most High made him. But with this so-called righteous man, if the flip happens, if he dies, if the Most High sits on the holy mountain, whatever it be, that he would die in his wickedness and his former righteousness would be forgotten. Now, of course, our ancestors screamed out about this, saying that it was unequal. Y'all willing in spirit? Because they liken themselves to the righteous man, and though they did wickedness in the spirit, I mean, they didn't like the thought that their former righteousness wouldn't be remembered, that they would that they would die in their sins and therefore suffer the consequences. Of course, that didn't stop them from doing wickedness, which ultimately that's exactly what happened to them. They died in their sins. They got thrown out of the land of the Holy Land, and that's the beginning of the story of how we got here as their descendants here in Babylon, O children of Israel. But for us, make no mistake, we're not even the righteous man. We're the wicked man or woman. Me, Sister Miriam Yuda, Ambassador Zuwala, no doubt. And you, O children of Israel, and you see, our ancestors thought the Most High's, you know, pronouncement was unequal. But he told them that their thoughts, their ways was unequal. Of course, the Most High is right. He's always right. O children of Israel. He's always right. He's never wrong. And in this time, as we wait on the, we're at the brink, on the ebb of that flip. Know the truth and be that wicked man that turned from his wickedness, or woman, O children of Israel. You see, because again, the Most High didn't send the high priest of Israel, high priest Sakuma, the sheep with the great horn. He didn't send him to the righteous, those who are righteous in their own eyes. These camps, so-called bishop, whatever, so-called deacon, whatever. He didn't send them to them. So-called righteous people in their own eyes. That for lack of the high priest, for lack of this truth, for lack of this ministry, will die in their sins. Most I did it before. He's gonna do it again. He's gonna do it again, and everybody connected to them. But he sent them to the wicked man. You know, I mean, he sent them to me, O children of Israel. He sent them to Sister Miriam Yehuda. He sent them to Ambassador Zuwala, who I do believe in one of her testimonies said she was looking for Elijah, or that figure, high priest, whatever, whatnot. Make no mistake, I was looking for such redemption my whole life. Of course, didn't know until this ministry that, I mean, I suspected Most High given him prophecies as a prophet from birth. I mean, he was. I mean, and I gave my testimony about the prophecy that came way before even this ministry, right? The time where he was at work, working in a cubicle inside a building, not even a room, not even no windows, and he told me on a sunny day that it was going to rain and that I needed to bring in some computers that we had been that we got from his job that closed down, and we had some pretty we had we said some ideas about those computers. We wanted to use them for a network at the time to play. I'm gonna say it. I don't, who cares? Star Trek Armada, Star Trek Armada 2, actually, which we rather enjoy, still enjoy, by the way. But that was the beginning of that back in those days. Of course, we had breaches back in those days too, right? Breaches that all of Israel should know about by now. I mean, right? Um, Women that were his that I at that time were with. My first wife was uh, a woman that was his wife, would have been his wife if I hadn't have got with her. Right now, there's a lot of saute back and forth with all this stuff, no doubt. But nonetheless, these were breaches that the Most High didn't have or give even the ability to have ironed out until this ministry, O children of Israel. So make no mistake, I was that wicked man, as you should know. Oh, children of Israel. But anyway, nonetheless, though, as the story goes, right? He told me that it was going to rain and to get the computers done. And I went outside, and I was doing other things at the time too. And I went outside and I looked up in the sky, and it was a sunny sky. I mean, it was a clear blue sky, people. So even back then, being a little hard headed, like, really? Well, I went inside, and the heart still talked to me. It was like, let me go up, let me go back outside and take these things up. So at least, you know, I can say I did it. So I went outside and I got this stuff. I collected these computers. I brought them inside, and I had the last computer in my hand. And no sooner did I pick up the last computer that I felt something on my head. And I looked up, and I something dropped in my eyes. And lo and behold, it was a flash rain, and rain started pouring down like water. I mean, like buckets. I quickly brought the last computer into the house, and it's like, if I hadn't have started when I did to get those computers out, all would have been lost. But make no mistake, oh children of Israel, that's what's happening right now. It's happening right now. It's happening with me. It's happening with, in spirit, Sister Miriam Yuda. It's happening with, in spirit, um, Ambassador Zuala, Idumia. It's happening with you in spirit. Most High has had the high priest tell us some things. Most High has had the high priest show us some things in terms of his ministry, give us these things, all this stuff. And it's like, hey, get those computers into your spirit, get those things into your spirit. Get them in now. The rain is coming. And you still got people looking up going, what rain? Talking about. I mean, yeah, this country may be on the brink of World War III. Yeah, this country may be on the brink of a draft. Yeah, this country may be on the brink of economic collapse. Yeah, this country may be on the brink of, a blackout. They're talking about, you know, cyber attack and swan event, black swan event. But got some money in my pocket. The lights are on right now. Got a little extra here or there. Not knowing that, of course, not wanting to know that these are because you're under the hedge of Lampshades Ministries, because the Most High's hedge is upon you, because He's given it to the high priest, and you being in proximity to the high priest in terms of being part of the ministry, believing in the ministry, walking with this ministry, being associated with this ministry, not realizing or wanting to realize that is the reason, right? But a time is going to happen soon. It could be today. It could be tonight. There is no set time where you can just be like, okay, I know that's the set time, so I'll just go ahead and indulge in all this filth until I get there, and then right there, I'll flip it, and then the Most High will just grab me, and then give me all the stuff he had the high priest say, and more, because he loves me, and it's gonna be all good. Doesn't work that way. You're gonna look up, and there's gonna be a drop on your head. You're gonna feel something, and then all of a sudden, bam! Like with those computers. Except you wouldn't have gotten all the stuff in. Flash rain all of a sudden, and everything would have been spoiled. Everything would have been destroyed. Everything would have been gone and lost. And then you'd have the shame of knowing that, hey, you were warned, right? That phone call, hey, all right, that rain was crazy, bro. Hey, what happened to the stuff? Oh, I didn't. Well, I don't even want to imagine that it's me. I just don't. And y'all willing it won't be. Pray video. I will. Like it wasn't that day. That story that I'm telling you about. But now put yourself in that position, O children of Israel, O remnant, O leadership. Sister Miriam Yuda, Ambassador Zuala. Is that serious? If it's serious for me, then best believe it's serious for everybody. And I'm walking with the high priest, the prophet, the holy man, the sheep with the great horn. He's my brother, my twin brother, my true brother. This is the school. It doesn't matter what he says. What you may be privy to understand your position in the kingdom, what the Most High may have in the thousands of conversations that you've had with the high priest of Israel, what the Most High may have imparted, put in his mouth to impart to you, to tell you about your personal future. Like he had imparted in his mouth to tell me about mine. Somewhat you might think of as good, and somewhat you might think of as bad. But understand the truth and that it's all good because you need, we need to hear it. That we might understand what's at stake with the choices that are ours still to make in this interim period before that switch is switched. Nothing is over until that flip. When the Most High provides the cloud by day, fire by night for me and for Israel, O children of Israel. The Most High sits on his holy mountain, right? The are we there with scenario. Are we there yet scenario? But where will you be when that happens? And that can happen any moment. So what we hear, what we're hearing from the Most High by him putting his word in the high priest's mouth is what we need to know so that we may amend our wicked ways. So that when the Most High opens up his eyes to this, to Israel, to us, to me, to you, we're ready for him to open those eyes. And don't get it twisted, he's already looking at my heart, no doubt. Had the high priest tell me a few things about that. So he's already looking. But he hasn't opened his eyes and and sat on his seat for judgment. Y'all willing. But that time's coming, and that time's coming any moment. You know, y'all willing in spirit. I mean, I know he's confirmed with the high priest about me, about you know this wicked man whom the high priest dealt with his whole life. but also, of course, this ministry, this new creature that the Most High has had and is having, that He has created. But best believe when He opens His eyes, Yah willing, it's that new creature that He sees, that I might be acceptable unto Him. Because that other thing, that creature, wouldn't be. And that's me, let alone, if it's me, it's all of you. It's Sister Miriam Yehuda, it's Ambassador Zuala, it's you. Amend your ways. Put as high priority that relationship with the man of the Lord, right? It's sort of like in the scriptures, paraphrasing, so that whole remember your first love type deal. You know, it's true, no doubt. First time the Most High opened my eyes to realize that my rival that I had been battling with my whole life was the one that the Most High had chose to speak through His mouth to bring about this redemption. And realizing how fortunate, well, of course, the shock and of course the of shame of the life that one lived, and that the Most High would, that this would be the one. There was a whole lot going on there, no doubt, but also the love and thankfulness to be with the man of the Lord, and that's before everything that would come after. No one started this road considering what the end would be, considering what the reward would be. It was just the right thing to do. It was just coming back to the Father, for the Most High, for the love of our Yah. We were nobody and nothing back in those days. You know, don't forget that, old children of Israel. Don't forget that leadership, your first love. Now you got camps striving. You got people all over this world striving, but we don't have to. We don't have to strive. Most High chose us. He called us and He chose us by putting His word in the mouth of the high priest. But we must fight to have victory over the sins in our life, to walk this thing out, to fully maximize this time that the Most High has given us to be prepared to be the leadership that He has chosen, to be the people that He has chosen, right? Because if you don't, if you sit on what you think you've won and you forget, for lack of a better term, your benefactor, right? You forget what's at stake. You can and would lose it all. Again, personally, I don't even want to think about that for me. right? So, for those of you who are, you know, the Most High is talking to you about this thing. I mean, this is the reason why. I mean, it is. He's talking to you about this thing. Don't wait on it. Repent of this stuff and get rid of it, and don't pick it up again. Don't pick it up again. Restore. You know, get that relationship. Make that high priority. Should have been high priority. Should be high priority. But make that high priority. Take the shame. Take the the doubt and all those things that you're feeling that you must have felt, but do it, because for lack of that relationship, you're lost, and you're not gonna, you know, if the Most High, believe it, I mean, when He opens up His eyes, He's not gonna close them again if He sees that, hopefully not when, but if He sees that you're not the way you're supposed to be, He's not gonna just close His eyes and give you a little more time. Now that you see that, oh snap, he's here, and oh snap, judgment's falling. Oh snap, let me go ahead and reverb back, grab the high priest. And where is he? Where's that high priest? It doesn't work that way. It's gonna be a wrap, and you're not gonna have anybody to blame but yourself. And the price is gonna be one you're not gonna want to pay. And it doesn't matter what's happening to Babylon. It doesn't matter what's happening to you, for those who are cleaving. It doesn't matter what's happening to your people. When that judgment falls, you're not gonna. I mean, excuse my ancient Hebrew. You're not gonna give a shit. You're not gonna care about your mother. You're not gonna care about your brother. You're not gonna care about nobody. All you're gonna care about is whether or not you're gonna be saved. That's all you're gonna care about. That's all you're gonna care about. And regardless of how important it's gonna be on in that day, its relative importance to you that day is gonna be worthless. If you're not, if check check, we still there? Everybody still see me? I'll just keep on going. But no, I am off. What's going on? We got check check, bro. Hello? Action. Check check check. Okay, seems like the internet came back on, but I don't know if the I don't think the live stream was dropped, but yeah, live stream seems like it's still going. Think there may be some skipping though. Yeah. All right. But anyway, back to what I was saying. Pray for y'all in the spirit. Okay. But again, this stuff's rocking the net. The spirit of the internet. Y'all willing. Because it's truth. Most I've been talking to me, my spirit about this stuff. Most I've been having the high priest talk to me about this stuff. and it is necessary for it is it's meat, spiritual meat for everyone, not just for me, for you, for Sister Miriam Yuda, for Ambassador Zuala. And yes, I'm saying you ladies by name, as I am saying myself, O children of Israel. Obviously, there's certain aspects of leadership that come with the territory, right? Being a positive example or being a negative example, but of course, you don't want to be a negative example. I certainly don't want to be a negative example. I don't want to be the person to whom people come into this truth and are saved because of this ministry, the ministry, and yet the person fall away. Though others came in looking at that person and believing what that person was saying because this ministry is sanctified, you know, they make it in, but yet that person don't. Certainly not me. I willing me. No one wants to be the I want to make sure I don't do it that way. I mean, whoa, everything else was good, but that end, no. And the rest of the leadership, you wouldn't want that either. Again, I don't even want to think about the amount of just our enemies, demons, you know, that would love to try to score the soul of someone that the Most High, you know, I don't even want to think about it. And y'all willing, I won't have to. I won't have to. I mean, I don't want to see that. I don't even want to see. I don't even want to go there. Oh, children of Israel, and you shouldn't want to go there either, knowing what's at stake. You should know what's at stake. Oh, children of Israel. Oh, hopeful elect. Oh, remnant. Oh, leadership. Right. All the souls that y'all willing are coming in because they heard the testimony of Sister Miriam Yuda, or they heard the testimony of ambassadors who all of those heathens that are cleaving. You don't want to see the day that the flip happens. And Most High look at your heart. I mean, a heart's the hardest thing to change. It took a whole lifetime for me to finally see the High Priest of Israel, High Priest Skuma, my own twin brother, walking with him every day, or walking with him for life. And then this ministry, in order for the Most High to change my heart, to clean my heart off. Don't think that you can let that get dark, and that somehow you can discern the time after being drunk of all this other garbage that you're putting on the heart, that that the Most High has given you, circumcised for you. Don't think that you can dirty that heart up because hey, there's still a little time left on the clock, and that you can see judgment and then clean it off real quick. It don't work that way. Y'all willing your heart not be dark. Y'all willing it not have gotten it not get to that stage ever, that you can no longer discern what the hour that we're in and what the Most High is conveying to you by putting his word in the mouth of the high priest, that you may amend your ways, so your heart don't get dark. So that's not the condition of your heart, because again, the heart is the hardest thing to change. You don't want to play with that thing, because you wouldn't be able to fix it. Who could in time? So hopefully it hasn't gotten. So hopefully it never gets to that point. But the Most High is, you know, hearing our thoughts, listening to our thoughts, listening and looking at our life or whatever, whatnot, and the things that the Most High is seeing. Some things that the Most High is seeing, you know, ain't happy with that. It's filth, abomination, it's wickedness, and make sure to I mean, you know what it is. Again, it's true for me. Well, it's true for everybody. As goes the king, as most high, as high priest to say, thus goes the nation. So, you know, be of good cheer. The Most High has chosen me, y'all willing. The Most High, as the Most High, that the High Priest of Israel to say, and the Most High has chosen all of you. He has chosen the leadership. He's chosen the remnant. He's chosen the people who believe and walk in this faith, in this truth, right? And it is sanctified. Only walk these things out now. Most High is here, and he's drawing near unto us for judgment. And as he's drawing near unto us for judgment, which he is doing right now, he used to wink at sin, right? Back when he first had the high priest of Israel come to you, come to me, come to us, come to this ministry, come to this people that would be and is his people. Most High winked at sin then because, hey, if you know, if he wasn't winking at sin, he would have brought the high priest to the so-called righteous of our time, right? Why would he bring him to Babylon, the wickedest place on on the earth? He could have brought him to another place that wasn't so wicked. Get some, see if you can find some righteousness out there somewhere, right? Right? Not here in this cesspool, right? So he winked at sin before, you know, before when he first came. I mean, I want to say it wasn't as big of a deal, but before when he first came, he could deal with a guy who had slept with his wife, who had married his wife, who had tried to get at that time back in the past, but still in all, damn near every woman he ever been with. He could work with him. Obviously not now, right? As Most High draws near unto judgment, I shudder to even imagine what would happen if any of that old beast, that old creature that I used to be, were present when the Most High opened his eyes. Shudder to even think about it. Yeah, the Most High is here to judge the nations. He's judging them right now. Yeah, they will not continue, and Israel will continue. But Israel won't go wholly unpunished. And he is coming to Israel, to me, to you, for judgment. That is no small thing. That is no small thing, O children of Israel. And he sees everything. He is the great king. He sees it all, seeing it all. And in that day, you ain't gonna have no excuses. You ain't gonna be able to say nothing. You ain't gonna be able to say, you know, you ain't gonna be able to say nothing. No, no excuse. I don't even want to think about what it could even say. I don't even want to say if and when. I don't want even to go there, O children of Israel, O remnant, O hopeful elect, O leadership. I don't even want to go there. So, though I did talk about this, I think briefly in yesterday's I think sitting with the lampshades, sitting with the leadership of Israel, with the high priest of Israel, high priest Akuma. Yeah. So so consider yourself last warning on that one, obviously. Um, but I want to expand so that you knew exactly what the Most High had put in my heart to talk to you about, O children of Israel. But fear not. Again, the Most High chose us. The Most High chose you. The Most High chose the leadership. The Most High chose His people, O children of Israel, and you have everything that you need to put before your eyes, to put before your ears, everything that you need to deal with the sin in your life, to overcome that sin before the Most High opens His eyes. To do it now, to hold your mind captive, your thoughts captive, that they don't just go everywhere, anywhere, that you're not just indulging in wicked fantasy, because it is wicked. It's wicked, it's twisted. The Most High has the judgment. The Most High is bringing the judgment, and He doesn't need any help in terms of thinking these things up, right? He wishes for us to be wise as serpents, yet harmless as a dove, right? He wishes for us to be meek. He wishes for us to be humble. He wishes for us to be as children going into the kingdom in spirit. But at that very same time, He also expects us to be mature in this truth. We have studied under the high priest of Israel. He expects us not to be just in a constant state of learning, but to be developed, to be apt to teach, to be in a position to be able to do so, to be a learned in this thing, not constantly having to go back to the basics. Oh, children of Israel, and that's what we're talking about when I'm telling you about graduation, right? Graduation's coming. It can happen any moment. Graduation has a lot to do with your heart. Graduation has a lot to do with whether or not you've won, you have victory, you are given victory in your life. You've been given victory over the sins in your life. That's important because those who have been given the victory cannot be oppressed. And that is what's coming. This time of us being on the bottom of this society, this time of us being in captivity is coming to its end, one way or another, no doubt. And it's going to happen any moment. And those who are given the victory will not be oppressed any longer. Period. Yah willing, as the Most High, that the high priest of Israel say, and as the Most High put in the mouth of the high priest of Israel, Yah willing, they won't exact on the king, right? No more child support, right? Taxes or whatever. These are the promises of things to come, and so much more. You know. And if you're hearing this message, it's because it's not too late for you. Like it's not too like it wasn't too late for me. Y'all willing, no doubt. To have victory and walk in victory over your sins, over your mind, ruling your heart, right? I ain't talking about the kingdom. Kingdom will come. We ain't talking about the wilderness. The wilderness will come too. I mean, we're not talking about nothing else right now. Just ruling your own mind and your own heart to where it's not just going and, it's not just doing whatever, thinking whatever, I mean, not only that, and of course, any of those sins that you were still dealing with, any of those sins that you were still fighting with, battling with, it's time to have victory in that battle, O children of Israel. It's time to have victory over your mind. It's time to have victory over your spirit, your soul, your heart, O children of Israel. It's time to finish what the Most High and you, with the High Priest of Israel, High Priest Akuma, started way back when, in the beginning. It's time to finish it. It's time to finish it now. Of course, if these things don't apply to you, then don't worry about it. But yeah, willing, it does apply to you. But have victory over this thing. Put that mind down. You know, mastery over the sin, the sinful condition. Don't wallow in those thoughts. I mean, so a thought may come. Kick that thought down. Hold your mind captive. Be mindful of the time and the hour and the fact that the Most High Spirit is with us, is with you, and you know, don't frustrate the Spirit He's given you. Don't frustrate, the hedge that the Most High has given you. Who is to say what other things the Most High may have in His heart for you when the Most High opens His eyes and Yah willing, He sees a person whom the Most High who's ready, who's prepared to be a son and a daughter of the Most High, to be a captive or a slave of the Most High. Who knows? Who can say all the things that are in the Most High's heart in concerns to what He has for you, for us, Yah willing, even over what's already been said. But you let His eyes open up and you and see the creature and the beast that we used to be, that you used to be, and you thought Babylon was bad. You thought this hell that we have and we lived in is bad. Again, you don't want to know. You don't want to know. Most High knows His heart towards us, towards me, towards you, full of love, full of compassion, full of mercy, full of grace. No doubt. Only don't frustrate don't work against. your own soul. Don't work against, the Most High's plans for you. Don't work against the Most High's hedge on you. Don't work against the Most High's blessings over your life. Don't work against the Most High. You can't win against your Creator, and you wouldn't want to even try. You wouldn't want to try. Most High is with you. He has blessed his ministry. He has blessed his leadership. He has blessed those who believe in his leadership. He has blessed those who have heard the high priest, had their eyes open from seeing the high priest, and who have listened, hearkened, and obeyed the high priest, and who walk with the high priest. He's blessing it all, and it's overflowing. It's overflowing, right? When the rain comes, y'all willing, you hearken and obey, you ain't got to worry. When the judgment falls, y'all willing, you hearken and obey on this side. Remember, on this side, you ain't got to worry. Everything Most High has had that priest to tell you, you got it, and more. Just that simple. But it's important what's at stake. To whom much is given, much is required. I mean, the kingdom, the inheritance, having our own lands again, being free from Esau's tyranny, to be able to have a wife, your own wife, and nobody be able to come and sleep with her, or take her, or steal her from you. To be able to have your own children, and nobody have the ability to come and steal them from you, defile them, take them. All you can do is just watch. No power in your hands. Where the government will be on your side in righteousness to strengthen your family. Where a man could be a king in his own home amongst his own brethren, right? There's not some city official, not some pencil pusher coming around to try to show you that you're not. Where you're no longer in bondage. You're no longer captive. A captive, political, spiritual prisoner, right? We're free, right? Most High's joke ain't heavy. I mean, I mean, it's don't get it twisted. It's serious. It's a heart attack, but it ain't. It's not heavy. Like Yeshua said, like the high priest said, it's light. You know what he wants from you? Do it. That's it. And he's multiplying. He's multiplying. He's multiplying all these things, right? Again, the ministry, the movies, the music, all those things are for your benefit. Utilize those things to the fullest every day, always to um, to bask in the light of the Father, to absorb his blessings, to absorb his sanctification, to be able to deal and overcome and have victory in your life over these sins, to finally put this stuff down, because it's those who have been given victory over the sins in their life that will be the ones on the front line fighting against the darkness of this world. and having victory on the other end. Have victory on the other that will have victory on the other end. The Most High will give us the victory, you know, but we also have to have that victory right here and right now. And He's giving us this right here, right now. That's why He's talking to me about it. That's why He's talking to you about it, O children of Israel. So that when He opens His eyes, that victory that we have right now will be magnified. And the wicked won't be able to stand in the presence of the righteous. Those who Most High has given righteousness, His put His righteousness on, given His righteousness to, right? Talking about the leadership, you know, myself, Sister Mimir Yuda, Ambassador Zuwala, no doubt. But also the remnant and the hopeful elect, and the noblemen who are out there. I mean, I may not know who you are personally, specifically. I mean, got a few eyes, but Most High knows. He's talking to you too. And when he opens his eyes, checks around, looks what's in that heart, whatever, and he's like, all right, good to go. And then flip, looky, looky. That victory is magnified, and that would be the state to the end. So what's our goal, leadership? What's our goal, Israel? What's our goal? You know, the remnant, nobles, victory is our goal. All right. Well, now, on what could very well be my last King's Yearly Address. I'm your host, he who the Most High has had the High Priest of Israel, High Priest Sakuma, to anoint my head, making me King of Israel. I am King Lucifer. Thank you all for joining us today, and we will see you again, y'all willing, next time. Thanks and shalom. Victory, victory, victory.